This is the elevator at the end of time. At the end of time, everything simply stops and culminates into one elevator. And the hallway I was just in. In the future, I have supreme intellect and was able to develop a machine that would save me from the end of time. And now, I reside here. This elevator can take me to any moment in time-space. Now enjoy this as we take you to the rowboat incident 2014 to explain to you the history of Sega.
Hey, boss.
Technician, I know you're busy with something, but would you mind being the front rower in the rowboat incident?
Bet.
Thank you.
Wait, where are we?
Whoa, just a second, I was on a rowboat.
Wait, I know what this is. This is the failsafe. When an issue with the elevator is so urgent that it needs to be fixed immediately, the technician gets teleported to the source of the problem so he can fix it, and everyone outside of the elevator gets teleported to this specific moment in time. It must have happened right after we arrived and picked up that guy too. Well, I guess I can still explain it here. Just got done fixing the elevator.
Where to now, boss?
You can come with me. I'm going to a different time and space. You too, cameraman.
Bet. What about him?
Oh, in the original timeline, he dies after eating 5 Big Macs on a rowboat. So, sorry man, gotta preserve the timeline. Alright, let's go guys. In May 1940, Martin Bromley, Irving Bromberg, and James Hupert founded Standard Games in Honolulu, Hawaii. They sold coin games like slot machines to military bases during World War II. They sold Standard Games in 1945, and in 1946 created Service Games, which was a name more accurately describing their business. After slot machines were banned in 1952, Martin Bromley sent Ray Lemaire and Richard Stewart to Tokyo to found Service Games of Japan, where they then kept selling slot machines to U.S. military bases in Japan. A year later, Service Games of Panama was established to control the entities of Service Games worldwide. The company then spread to South Korea, the Philippines, and South Vietnam. Service Games of Japan was dissolved on May 31st, 1960, due to investigations by the U.S. government into illegal business practices. After this, Martin Bromley then established 2 companies on June 3rd, Nihon Goraku Busan and Nihon Kikai Seizo. These new companies then purchased all assets of Service Games of Japan. Nihon Kikai Seizo did business as Sega Inc., and Goraku Busan did business under Ultimatic Inc. The 2 companies merged in 1962, keeping the name Sega Inc. After acquiring Rosen Enterprises, they stopped selling to military bases and changed their market to coin-operated amusement machines. At some point, they started to make their own games, which started when they had to make replacement equipment for pre-existing games they distributed. Their first game was a submarine simulator called Periscope. Sega's first video game console was the SG-1000. which was never sold in America, only Asia. It was a failure. Their second console was the Master System, which did okay, but was far from the success of Nintendo's NES. Their third console was the Genesis, which was very successful at first. It got Sega 55% of the market. Its 16-bit graphics were 2 years ahead of its time when the console released in 1989, and Genesis exclusive games like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3 were very popular games, presenting a strange premise as opposed to the simple nature of Nintendo's Mario series. The Sega CD and 32X were unsuccessful extensions for the Genesis and sold poorly. The Sega Saturn was a failure. It was Sega's response to Sony's PlayStation, being 32-bit, but it emulated 3D poorly. Unlike the PlayStation, which created a very convincing image, it also did not have many good games, causing it to not stand a chance against the Nintendo 64. Nintendo's 64-bit console, Sega's final console, the Dreamcast, was the first console to be 128-bit, have DLC, and connect to the internet. However, it was doomed by the announcement of the PlayStation 2 and caused Sega to stop making consoles. Now, they only make video games. And that's all the history of Sega. Cut tape. This one's a little bit less fun.
I know that place.
Hello. Hello. This is the elevator at the end of time. At the end of time, everything simply culminated into one elevator and the hallway I was just in. I have set 2 identical cameramen to film this experience as we're going to explain the history of Sega. Now, I will go to the rowboat incident. Okay.
What the Sigma?
Hello. This is the elevator at the end of time. And at the end of time, everything stopped and simply culminated into one elevator and the hallway I was just in. In the future, I have supreme intellect and was able to develop a vice that would save me from the end of time. As such, I now reside here. This elevator can take me to any moment in time-space. Now I'm going to the robo incident. But first, the second floor, to explain to you the history of Sega. Enjoy.
Hey, boss.
Technician, I know you're busy with something, but do you mind being the front rower in the robo incident?
Bet.
Bet.
Not now. Try again.